I kicked my mother out of my recently inherited house after she called me disgusting. My grandma died 3 months ago and left me her house. Just me. The will was clear. My mom and grandma hadn't spoken in 15 years after my mom asked grandma for $8,000 to start some business and grandma said no. My mom cut her off completely. Wouldn't let me see her, wouldn't take calls, nothing. When I turned 18, I started visiting grandma on my own. Every Sunday we'd have coffee and she'd show me her vintage button collection she kept in mason jars from her 40 years working at a fabric store. My mom hated it but couldn't stop me anymore. The house is a 2-bedroom ranch from the 70s with carpet that smells like dust and yellow kitchen countertops. Not fancy, but paid off and mine. I plan to move in and fix it up. 2 weeks after the funeral, my mom calls. We hadn't talked much since I moved out for college 2 years ago. She's being super sweet, asking how I'm doing and saying she's sorry about grandma. Then she says we should grab dinner and talk about the house situation. Part of me wanted to believe she actually cared, so I said sure. We meet at Applebee's near her apartment. She orders a margarita immediately and starts talking about her rent going up $300 and her hours getting cut at the grocery store. Then she says, since I inherited the house, maybe she could move into the 2nd bedroom temporarily until she gets back on her feet. I told her I was moving in myself. I'd already given notice at my apartment. She laughed. You're 24. You should be with roommates your age. I'm your mother. I actually need stability. I said no. Her face changed completely. The sweet act dropped. She put her drink down hard enough that it sloshed. Are you serious? That house should have been mine. Your grandmother was my mother. I reminded her she didn't speak to grandma for 15 years over money and kept me away from her. She got loud. People stared. I can't believe you're being this selfish. Do you know how hard I worked raising you alone? Family helps each other. What kind of person inherits a whole house and doesn't let their own mother stay there? I put a 20 on the table and stood up. She grabbed my wrist. You're really going to let me end up homeless? After everything I sacrificed? I could have given you up. I could have had a completely different life. I pulled my arm back. You didn't let me see my own grandmother for 8 years because you were mad about money. She looked me dead in the eye. You're disgusting. You're a disgusting, selfish person. And your grandmother raised you to be exactly like her. Cold and heartless. The people at the next table had stopped eating. I walked out without responding. She yelled something, but I couldn't hear it. I sat in my car shaking for 5 minutes before I drove home and blocked her number. A week later, I'm going through grandma's desk sorting paperwork and find a stack of letters rubber banded together. All from my mom. All from the past 2 years. They were the same fake nice tone, asking about grandma's health, saying they should reconnect and put the past behind them. The last one was from 4 months before grandma died. I hope we can reconcile before it's too late. I want to be there for you in your final years. I know I made mistakes, but I'm your daughter. Grandma never responded to a single one. They were still in the envelopes. There was a yellow post-it note on top in grandma's shaky handwriting. Too late.